like to give ladies if they don't want relationships, right? You get a solid 1 if you don't want one. Yeah. If you don't want a relationship, that's what I do for every girl on the show.
Not at the moment, but I feel like it's because I had serious ones at
She's
such a young
too.
age. I had serious ones at such a young age. Like I feel like it's gonna take me a minute before I'm actually ready to do it correct.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but how old are you?
How old am I?
Yeah.
22.
You move up to like.
Oh wow!
I'm just kidding.
You're so
I'm just
generous.
kidding. You want it, you're gonna make all the right steps. Like this is the second time you came on, you're a lot more like honestly a little bit more submissive and stuff this time. Like I see like a different kind of side of you, I guess you could say. So I would say that if you wanted it, you're gonna switch to a good woman that wants a relationship. I just think right now you don't want it. So why would you act that way? You know?
Exactly.
I guess I'll go ahead and do you too, bro, really quick.
You can't offend me. Don't worry.
I really can't.
You can't offend me.
Okay. I don't know because the thing is, you could end up with a woman like the high value thing. If you're a man that has the kind of value that you have, you can have the multiple wives thing. Like you can do all that, and it's not like would I personally wouldn't do it. But that's just me type of thing, you know. I feel like you would be a great relationship person though. Like you'd be a great husband to if you had multiple wives, you'd be a great man to all of them. Does that make sense?
Wow.
So like if I'm gonna give you like a number based off of how you would treat like your spouse and
Does
stuff,
my number multiply with each wife I have?
that would be interesting.
You know, it's a compounding factor.
Oh, dude, like yeah, it should definitely be. I mean, if there's a
So
score,
if you give me a 1, 3 wives, now I'm at 3.
still a bad number, but
No,
Male loves
I'm a
crazy.
mansplaining. No, I really think that you would do it. I really think, like you said, that you're kind of like a romantic, like you like to cuddle and stuff. I honestly think, like, you know, behind closed doors, I honestly think that you're like an 8 or a 9 in a relationship, bro. Probably even higher. Like, I really.
He wants to date you. So
Man, she's been calling it all night, guys. Chill out. She's been calling it all night. But yeah, I really think you'd be great in a relationship. Like, would some women hate being in a relationship with you because you like to have multiple women? Yes, some of those. I think some women would give you a 3. But I'm not gonna do that to you because I think that you're gonna be with her, gonna be happy with her situation. So I think you easily get an 8 or a 9, bro. For you, you're the only one with the kid. How old are you again?
25.
25. Okay. Well,
I don't like that sound.
I mean, she's already came on before. I feel like you're just like her, where you're a little bit different. I can tell that you learned a little bit from the last show, just the way you're talking and everything, your body language, all of it. I would probably give you like a solid like 6 or 7, and it's just because you already have the kid. So I think that you're more likely to want the relationship, I don't know, like you want a partner right now. I think, and because you want it, it's gonna be to get it, and you're just gonna be more feminine and just more in what you're supposed to be doing, I guess, to get it, you know, because you actually want it. But you would have had a higher number if it wasn't for having a kid, if it wasn't for your age. Like if you were younger and you didn't have a kid, I think you could easily be like a 9, you know. But it's just a matter of finding the right guy. A lot of y'all, like I always try to tell you, I don't know if you should downgrade and go towards the $50,000 a year guys that might be shorter or whatever, or if you're supposed to just keep chasing the fucking top 10% or not. You know, that's the big thing that you got to try to figure out if that's what you want. But yeah, just prepared to make that decision. For you, you don't want a relationship. Did you say? Oh, you do want one?
I'm finally at that point where, after being out of one for 2 years, like I'm ready.
You're ready. If you're ready for one, I could see you being like a 5 or a 6. And the reason why is because, like you were saying, you really want honesty. You really want to be able to like have everything out on the table. And I think that's like a really good sign. Like that's how I was with my girl. Like if she didn't have like the same mentality of like, let's put it all on the table and just be honest about all this shit, then I probably would have never taken it seriously. So I think a woman that's already in that mentality, that's already like, I'm just going to be front about all of it, I think it's a really good skill to have, because most people who are playing games have been talking about all night, especially on social media, on dating apps. Everybody's playing fucking games. So as long as you keep it like that, I think you actually have a step above some of these people because of that. Now, the fact that you're older, though, is going to hurt you. And a lot of people hate that. But like, oh, that's what I was going to talk about. Shout out to Rolo Tomasi. He likes to talk about how there's a wall that women hit. And it's not necessarily the same age for every one of y'all. It's not a number. I can't say the wall, y'all are going to hit the wall at 32. It's not like that. It's a mental thing. You're going to hit at a certain point. You're going to mentally realize I'm not pulling the same dudes I was pulling when I was 21. or I'm not getting the same attention I was getting when I was 21. And that's when so that's the biggest thing to worry about as a woman. If I was in right now in any of y'all's position, that's the first thing about all the time is I do not want to hit that wall, have a right man. Because like, and a lot of y'all were saying, you don't really care about kids, or you might not want kids or family or anything like that. It just sucks because women are on antidepressants more now than ever in the upper ages. Like you got to understand, one of the big things that makes a woman happy sometimes in their later life is looking around at a family reunion and seeing 30 grandkids that came because you had 5, and then each one of them had a few. Like that's one of the most fulfilling things you could ever experience as a woman, ever. And like, so that's why I'm trying to tell you about the wall and tell you all those things, because I think all of y'all would be happier in the end if y'all got to experience those things one day. So I'm always going to push that. But yeah, that's all I would really say to you. But yeah, you definitely get like a solid 5, 6, I'd say.
That wall thing was interesting. I never heard about that before.
Yeah,
That's
thank
cool.
you. I want y'all now to actually you're gonna go, bro. I want you.
I was gonna
yeah.
forget that conveniently.
Yeah. I want you to give them a number, like what you would see. Personally,
what am I basing it on? Yeah. What are my criteria?
What you personally like, if you wanted to date her, what do you think she would, based off of what you learned about her on this show?
Right.
How good of a relationship partner do you think she's gonna be to you?
I mean,
in between 1 to 10.
I'm gonna base not gonna base my ratings on like.
Completely.
Looks not gonna have anything to do with this. The age. I mean, you're all the same age. You're 22 youngest. Like the rest of you. I mean, you're a little bit old, but it's roughly within the same ballpark. So for me, like the age ain't gonna be much of a factor here either. The kid will have a big significant role in that, and then the main thing I'm gonna base these numbers on is like just the way I've seen you carry yourselves over the last couple of hours, like the attitude and your general personality, right? So over here, I'd probably go. I'm gonna make this rapid fire.
Yeah.
All right. I'll probably go with like a 4. Go with a 4 here, just because there's been a little bit of like combativeness, right? Yeah. Here I'm gonna have to go with like a 2. Again, because of the argumentativeness and the ADHD side of things. That's why, right?
It's nothing to say.
Yeah, we gotta accept. it. It's okay. Y'all get to hit us back after, so it's okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'd probably stick with like you've been the least argumentative out of everyone here, I think. Actually, you two. So you get like a 4. Well, yeah, I'll give you a 4. So you'd be a lot higher as a kid. So because you got a kid, you have to be like a 3.
Terrible reason.
Sorry, but that's a
that's
reason
just
for a guy.
Reason enough.
For a guy, that's a really significant.
For certain types of guys that are very valuable, that's one of the number one things is they want a girl that doesn't have another kid.
Nowadays, guys love playing stepdaddy, though. You gotta realize.
I think
not all of them.
No.
Not all of them. Trust me. I feel like they act like they do.
Yeah, they really don't.
They'll take the stepdaddy role just so you can get some
pussy.
guaranteed pussy. That's really
or a cooked meal. That's about it. Goddamn.
And for you, madam, you've been the attitude I've seen you giving across is a very masculine one. So for going to be a 1.
That's fine.
Yeah, but it's all I'm basing this on is what these 2 hours I've spent with you guys and like the personality I've seen come through the microphone the last 2 hours.
It's very rare that a girl like sits here super submissive and agrees with everything and then gets like a 9. I think we've had that.
That would make for trash YouTube.
No. Well, we had a few. Like I want to say there's like a handful of girls that were like really good, but I think one of them was already in a relationship. So it's like, well, duh. That's why like you're so much like this. Like you're a stay-at-home girlfriend already. Duh. But yeah, I'll get to hit us back now really quick. Go ahead and give me a number and a critique, and then also give him a number and start with you. Yeah, you can if you want. We'll start on this side. It'll be okay.
Am I doing both of you at the same time?
Well, yeah, you do me first, and then.
For you, I don't know. I'd say like probably like a 4 or 5.
I'm very argumentative.
Yes, and that makes for a good conversation to an extent, because I do. It's not that I like to argue, but if the conversation has to get heated to get the point across for us to hear each other, let it get heated, but still be respectful.
Mm-hmm.
But at a certain point, I don't know. I think that for me personally, I was like, there's some viewpoints based on our experiences that I think the clash would be a little bit too intense for us to settle it. So I'd say probably like a 5 or a 6.
Okay.
And then for the gentleman over here,
Mhm.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I was like, just based on energy, I'd hit that, but I'd hit it all day. I was like, I'm submissive. I can tone it down. I can do what I need to do for the men that I want.
Yeah.
But we're having a conversation.
Mhm.
This is me for conversation purposes. Yeah, I might get a little bit masculine. I was like, but we haven't talked about anything for me to be like, oh, let me be soft.
Mhm.
None of this has been soft.
It's
a
a logical discussion.
I was
So
like,
you're
so
gonna be
for him,
like that.
I'm honest. I was like, you've been too quiet. I don't know.
True.
I can only base it on your appearance. I'd fuck you on your appearance, but everything else, I was like, I don't know.
Oh, yeah, we didn't learn too much about you, so yeah, they're not gonna be able to say a lot. But just knowing he's a porn star, I guess that's enough to like.
No,
know.
that's not enough for me.
No.
Because I've met porn stars. I was just like, there's a charm. There's a certain charm. There's a certain finesse. He was like that. It's business, but it also might be his personality. I don't know.
You never know.
You got to watch out for that finesse.
Exactly. So I